તાજા સમાચાર તમારી ભાષામાં મેળવવા માટે ડાઉનલોડ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડડેની એપ.
Yeah, so I got sued for 5 crore rupees and I was very nervous with Murder Mubarak and Avatan Mere Watan. Hopefully the outcome of both these films will be like those and that would just be great. Flattered, I was flattered.
Flattered. And worrying about 5 crore.
I was, yeah. Shattered is more like it, but we'll go with flattered if we must. Sushant, like any love I've gotten for Kedarnath, and it's a lot, is just all him. Like I can't give you a memory.
We started with Karan Johar, and in terms of that's the first time we saw you on screen, and then there were these conversations that were happening before Karan Johar's show, and you know at this newspaper at Midday we used to run a lot of stories about which movie is Sarah going to debut with, and was it going to be Simba, was it going to be Kedarnath? That was a big story at the time that I distinctly remember. And I found it fascinating also because I think the director said this a few days ago about how there was this problem with the making of Kedarnath where you have a co-producer backed out, but there are dates that your management agency has given to another film, so you have to work on that film as well. Now there is a court case going on as a result, so you actually fighting a court case with the same director in the morning and shooting with the same director at night. Please take us through this process.
Wow. Feels like yesterday. It's true. It's true. Okay, let me take you through this process. 2018 May, I was supposed to do Simba. And there were some dates that were...
That was going to be a debut film.
No, Kedarnath was the
Always
first
a debut
film I
film,
signed.
yeah.
Kedarnath was the first set I went on. Kedarnath was the first... Kedarnath was everything. Okay. And it was happening. It was all good. Then some dates went upar niche. And I also signed Simba. But now there were 3-4 dates that were coinciding. And yeah, so I got sued for 5 crore rupees. And I was very nervous because I didn't have 5 crore rupees. And
You got sued by the makers of Kedarnath, I'm presuming.
Yes, I did. And my grandfather, my mother's father, was dying in Delhi. And Ibrahim was in school. Ibrahim was in school. My mom was in Delhi. And I was served a wakalatnama at home. And I was like, ab iska main kya karu? Samajh hi nahi aa raha. So I was like, theek hai, koi nahi. So I sent the management to court because I had to go to shoot, which the makers were aware of because they were also at the shoot. And then we shot, what else? And I got onto set and I knew that there were 2 ways it could go. And I just went to Gattusa because Jharna, my spot girl who's been with me since mom was 7 months pregnant with me, makes very good coffee. And usually I'm dieting, so I'm on like a black coffee, not very fun kind of thing, but वो फेंट के बड़ा अच्छा कॉफ़ी बनाती है. तो मैंने गट्टूसा को देखा और मैंने बोला मैं झरना को बोल दूँ कॉफ़ी बनाने. He said हाँ बनवा दे. So Jharna made coffee, he had the coffee. So I really want to know what she put in it because after that shoot was smooth. So I don't know, I guess that he also had his reasons, I'm assuming. But it's all good now.
I'm
it's
sure.
all water under the bridge.
I'm sure it's been long as well.
Yes.
Right? So basically, Abhishek Kapoor sued your management agency.
Yes.
Not you personally.
I'm not sure.
5 crore was going to come from where? Management agency or you?
वो कहाँ देते?
वो क्यों नहीं देंगे?
क्यों देंगे?
Because they've taken your dates ना?
हाँ तो शायद उनको ही किया होगा मुझे नहीं पता यार बहुत कांड था.
Is it the same management agency by the way?
No, I left.
Oh, you left them.
No, not because of this.
Right.
Just generally. But that's not the point.
What is the point?
No, there wasn't one.
There wasn't a point.
Not in this question. There was no point for sure. No. Is there anything I should say? No. Yeah. Then Rohit sir and Gattu sir met in a room, and Ranveer came into the room actually, and he was like, "Okay then," and he quickly left the room because obviously like it was like strange.
It was heated?
But not really, yeah, because
Okay.
they wanted only 3 dates, and Rohit sir said, "Le lo." So then it was done. But then it was a bit tricky because I spent a lot of time flying from Hyderabad to Bombay because I was shooting for them simultaneously. It reminds me of this time of my life with Murder Mubarak and Avatan Mere Watan. Hopefully the outcome of both these films will be like those and that would just be great. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that would be
Yeah.
amazing. If we
Right.
could just have December 2018 all over again. All the suing, wooing, everything's worth it then.
So what happened to the case finally?
They ended now because
Oh, they had a
Rotsa said
conversation.
he'll keep
So
making a
up
flap
Indian
and now
Lelo.
she'd shoot nights
Like,
in Hyderabad and
isn't it
Bombay.
amazing for an actor who's never been on a movie set until Kedarnath? The two top directors vying for her. कि आप मेरे set पे आओ, नहीं आप मेरे set पे आओ. How does that even work? I mean, it's kind of flattering, don't you think, for a film debut?
Flattering?
Come on. नहीं मेरे set पे, नहीं मेरे set पे. She's never been on screen before this.
Flattered. I was flattered.
Flattered. And worrying about 5 crore.
I was, yeah. Shattered is more like it, but we'll go with flattered if we must.
But you know, what did happen, of course, your first co-star was Sushant Singh Rajput, and you know, and the tragic demise and all those things that followed. I mean, I'm just gonna ask you your favorite memory working with him.
I think, oh my God. So many. I think there was this one moment where Gattu sir was very like rushed. Like we were like rushing, and Gattu sir and Sushant had worked together before. So I just went to Sushant and I was like, I don't know how to do this. There's this line, just show me. And he just showed me, and I just went and I copied him. And I think that, like, you know, being able to speak Hindi the way that I do, which is something that people appreciate about me quite often, whether it's, you know, being as curious as I think I am, like, so much of it is Sushant. Like, any love I've gotten for Kedarnath, and it's a lot, is just all him. Like, I can't give you a memory.
No anecdote that you remember?
What anecdotes? No, it's not about that. I don't know how to say.
So, for instance, you called up Anand Rai and said, hey, you know, I'm getting this imposter syndrome, and I may not even be working in Atrangiri. Or we want to consider Alia. Actually, if you were to consider from the lot that's there and changes every decade, right? It would be, say, Janvi, there would be, say, Ananya Pandey, and there would be you. These are the 3 top female leads that we have. And Alia, of course, but Alia has been around for many, many years, although she's probably the same age bracket in some sense. What are the male equivalents to the 20s lead actors?
Ask the makers.
Who do you think are the 20s male leads in the same way that there is a Janvi, there is a Sarah, and of course there is Ananya Pandey? Do you think of that, like in terms of who you would be paired opposite, who would be that age group?
No.
There are none, no? Don't you think? I mean, there are some, but not in the same way that you would have male leads in the 20s?
Maybe not.
Yeah. You haven't thought of any?
No.
Okay. Are you going to be like this dumbstruck with everything I ask now?
No, but
Okay.
it's a nice expression when you want to avoid.
Okay.
It helps. I've noticed because I don't have that privilege very often in my life.
Which
The
is what?
dumb is not something that people associate. So it's a new thing I'm trying. Huh?
हाँ.
क्या? મમ્મી કો ફોન કરું?
સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડ ડે બેલ આઇકોન પર ક્લિક કરીને મેળવો તમામ વિડીયોના ડાયરેક્ટ નોટિફિકેશન.